Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Moohead Radio. Joining me right now here in our show. Wait a minute, I got to get the.
You got to get the shoulders up,
Well, I'm pivoting. Tony the Calf and Bronk, and anybody else who's invited, not invited, you can try to show up.
To join.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm up to it. This is going to be a shorter show today because I've got other things that I'm taking care of, like Bachman Turner Overdrive. I'm taking care of business.
Wow. Every day.
After watching the Browns game, I mean, everybody is going to have their own opinion about things. This is the theme of the show, so I thought I could share this, and let's see if I can just do this. Here we go.
Here we go.
Don't you ever talk that way to me. Never! Never! What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. And I don't like it any more than you, man.
Now, you can live and die by the sword. And let me get do you remember the actor who played that part?
Oh, fuck me. I Paul Newman, obviously, but I don't know the guy that
I'll think of it before the end of the program.
Somebody can look it up.
Yeah. So let's see if we can jack this out of here and remove it. There we are. And now I can just stop the screen altogether. All right.
What's that, Wiley Fox in the earlier life?
No. Be nice. No comment. All right, let's get this back to the proper ratio. The reason that I'm bringing this particular scene up is because there is a failure to communicate that I'm going to show you in real terms right now. So again, we're going to go back into sharing a screen. I know this is kind of archaic, the way I go about doing this. But let's see if I can get this idiot. All right. This is Mary Kay Cabbagehead's question to Kevin Stefanski today. All right. And I don't really, you can figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I'm coming at this cold, so I've not heard this.
All right, here we go. And we're sharing it. And now we're going to, is it up there? Add to stage. There it is. And here we go.
And then the other question that I had was about Shador not playing yesterday. And I'm pretty sure he mentioned in the locker room that it wasn't his decision. And so, if he had said to you guys, hey, I want to play, I can play. I mean, would that have factored into this at all? Or what was the thinking behind that and how'd that go?
Yeah, he obviously came in Saturday with his back injury. We were hopeful that he'd be able to move around well enough to suit up on Sunday, but put him through a pregame warm up, and obviously just didn't feel like he was ready to play Mary Kay. But he's getting better every day, and I'm hopeful that he'll continue to improve.
And if I can ask a super quick follow up on that, why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
Now, what in the fuck does that mean?
That's not my focus.
I have no idea what
What is his focus? And this is what I don't get. She asks the right question.
She does. And she's very careful to tippy-toe around all the niceties of it, too.
Exactly. And I think that, but there is a follow-up question to this. That's not my focus, Mary Kay. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
Gave
not?
up at that point.
Now, this is what I call failure to communicate. And it is what I see in Kevin Stefanski's football team is an inability to communicate. The team is helter-skelter. They don't run the plays properly. There is no attention to detail. The only thing that matters is that Kevin Stefanski gets his way and runs things his way. So right off the bat, I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. Why was Shedeur not on the field yesterday? Here's explanation number 1. He's hurt and he couldn't play. The problem with that answer is that Shedeur stated for the record that he really had no comment on the thing.
Yeah.
If that is the answer to the question, what was his injury? He just walked in on Saturday and, oh, my back. Is that what we're saying? What was the injury? And 3, who made the decision when he worked out before the game? Because Shedeur, after the game, said it was not my decision. What we have here is a failure to communicate. The stories don't jive. Now, if you don't want to play a player, then you come out and you say, we just don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be
And
honest.
that's the end of the question. But then you'd have to answer the next question. Well, why would you think that Bailey Zappi was? Or the next question that gets asked, I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel and asking, and he is ready? It's a ridiculous situation.
Can I put a 4th scenario out there?
Sure.
4th scenario is that Stefanski's job is to have the team lose. So he's tanking, and his best way of tanking is have Dylan Gabriel and Bailey Zappi as your quarterbacks.
Well, if we have a coach that's intentionally losing, I've been watching Game of Thrones. He should be beheaded, not just fired.
Correct,
I mean,
yeah.
You're taking people's hard-earned money to watch this. And if you have a problem with gambling issues of former players in the NBA and the NFL,
yeah,
and this guy's purposely throwing games, don't you think
Correct.
somebody should know that?
Yeah.
I mean,
that was a bad faith scenario, obviously, but
but looking for a rational explanation, it makes you wonder, where is this beady-eyed bastard's focus at?
Well, he's obviously run out just for men. Have you noticed how gray his beard is now? He's like one of those presidential photos where they show it like when they first got hired 4 years ago. And then they show him now. He looks like he's had all the life sucked out of him. Yeah.
I don't like it when somebody is listening to a question and a little nerve is struck and they go like this.
Yeah, they start darting their eyes around.
Exactly. That's Richard Nixon-esque.
Yeah.
It's like I don't like that. Right off the bat, I get the feeling he is trying to coax something in out of his mouth that is untruthful.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, he's the head coach for now. And I don't understand where his focus would be, because he keeps running the same schemes, the same plays, and failure stunt plays, trick plays.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed one bit.
No.
Now, I want to say something else. This season, the viewership on the Browns halftime and postgame shows has been 50% of what they've been in years past. All right.
We've all seen everything, and you have nothing new to say. I obviously have nothing new to say, and Tony's got better things to do, and there you go.
But yesterday's halftime and postgame show were right there with previous years. And here's the reason. I think that most people are going to watch the Mary Kay Cabbage Head show and the Ashley Bastock show, and they're going to watch whatever Orange and Brown Report show or whatever they're watching, and they're either going to get some crazy belief of some conspiracy theory, or they're going to get ownership bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's what their diet is every day, every week.
Wow.
But then it gets so bad. It gets so bad that we go back to Hugh Jackson numbers on this program.
Wow.
And the reason is I'm not a whore. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have answers. I can't imagine why somebody would have a drafted quarterback on his roster and just not give him reps and not give him an opportunity. And I don't want to start up the racial pot and stir that, because that's not, I don't know that. So I can't express something that is just not factual. I won't do it.
It's not helpful in any way.
So what is the bottom line? What is the answer to all of this? And the only thing I can conclude is that Kevin Stefanski is, he's the Frank Sinatra guy who does it my way. I mean, and instead of a guy like we saw in Cool Hand Luke at the beginning of the show, who will just crack you over the side of the head, what he will do is he'll just, through repetition, grind you down and grind you down and grind you down.
Yeah.
And soon you stop asking the questions because there are no answers. There would never be an end to the questions I would ask this man. Seriously. Because there's no serious answers coming out of his mouth. And all of the things that he has said, we got to do better, we got to be better, we got to run the plays better. None of them have happened. In 2 years now, back to back, they haven't happened. So why should we believe him? And why isn't anybody asking him that? That's what you've been saying the last 2 years, Kevin. Can we stop believing you at this point? And of course, you're going to be taken out of the door. Be thrown out of the meeting.
Yeah, it'd be like, you'll be thrown out. Lose your credentials.
I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose at all. I mean, it's obvious to me when somebody, and he's just staring right into the goddamn camera, trying to look like as steadfast as he can be, and what he's doing is he's looking like this, like I'm looking at the camera right now. Yeah. And he's looking with this stern look saying, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And just like in Cool Hand Luke, what Paul Newman thinks or wants doesn't mean a goddamn thing, because I run this ship. That's it. That's it. And there's no reason to continue cheering for the team, caring about the team, because obviously this is the way that Jimmy Haslam wants it. This is his little following. It's the cult of Haslam. Whatever it is, there's no change that's going to come. And when it does come, we're going to hire the next schmuck. We're going to hire the next Freddie Kitchens. We're going to hire the next. And you can just name the coaches one after another, for God's sakes. Or you're going to bring in offensive coordinators like Tommy Rees and like Ken Dorsey, who are window dressing, who do nothing. They earlier in this press conference asked Kevin Stefanski, would you consider turning over the play calling
Again, they
to
asked
Tommy
him again.
Rees? And again, his answer is basically what you just heard.
Well,
That's
why
not
they
what my
even
focus
bother?
is.
Why they bother asking that? Yeah.
Oh, it's because they have to have press conferences. The thing I don't understand is if you want to be credible, why doesn't the press at least? I mean, the worst that can happen is that he'll be caught off guard and they'll be slapped on the wrist. Now, I don't tell people to get up and leave and say, "Oh, fuck you, Kevin." I'm not suggesting that.
That
But
would
I
be
mean,
a revolution.
but they have
Yeah.
no trouble sleeping with themselves because, you get a Hall of Fame credential if you're Mary Kay, and who knows what you get, under the, in the envelope under the door. Who knows with Jimmy Haslam? He's a thief. So, I just don't know. Yeah, and look at Rick. He looks like Palmiero. I did not use steroids ever. Yeah. There's something totally untruthful about Kevin Stefanski, and he gets that "I'm determined" look on his face.
Yeah.
But all the determined looks in the world, he's not determined enough to be able to be a leader of men. And it's what it requires. It requires somebody who's got an incredible ability to communicate, because these guys, I mean, you saw Myles Garrett on the sideline. You saw that.
Yeah.
He's slamming his helmet into the ground. If it were just the money, folks, he would be like, another day and I'm healthy.
I'm still alive. I can still drive my car.
The word was he slammed his helmet against the ground because he was told he was not going to go in that series, and he was pissed off.
Wow.
So there you have it. That look that you're seeing on the look of determination on Kevin Stefanski is just a big buffalo job. And, and Rich, I agree with you, get rid of them any way you can get rid of them, and I believe you pay what you owe them, but this isn't working and you move on. It doesn't have to get personal. Wiley. Oh, you
Actually,
two are
true.
like feuding cousins.
We're like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, really.
Oh boy, you two. So that's the first thing. And I do have the whole transcript of his press conference. And
oh God, you didn't read the whole thing, did you?
it's amazing. Wow. Last night I didn't get very much sleep. I've been having the damnedest time, and that's why the show's going to be a little bit on the short side today, because it's been a rough couple.
Are great, man.
Bronk and I have talked off camera about this. It's been a rough go for the last 5 months, and nothing serious or anything like that. It's not like LeVar Ball, the father of Lonzo, who lost part of his leg. I didn't know that.
No, what happened?
God's retribution? No. He's diabetic.
Wow.
He's diabetic. He lost his toes. He lost his foot, and then he lost part of his leg. Arr. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I hated LeVar Ball. Oh,
yeah,
I couldn't stand
but you don't
that
see him in the news, probably because he's losing his parts.
Yeah, parts is parts. I think that he just can't keep up with things anymore.
Yeah, you can't be a pirate with all your parts.
No, I mean he is. But and we'll talk about the Cavaliers in just a minute. I want to get done with this. Yeah, but. The word is that Carson Schwarzenegger not only has an ankle sprain, but it's a high ankle sprain.
Oh, he's dead.
And that Kevin said, I don't think it's going to be IR. And there it is. You bring up the word IR, and that's exactly where he's going to land. So it was a nasty ankle sprain. And it's going to be more than 2 weeks. I can tell you that.
This is a particular groaner for Wiley Fox. You know what? You cannot spell MRI without IR.
So there you go. There you go. Thank you. That's very deep.
That is very deep.
Then they asked Kevin, do you expect Cedric Tillman to come back following the bye? And he goes, I do. And it's like, the next follow-up question is, did you think that Cedric Tillman was going to come back from the concussion last year? I did. Oh, my God. It's just... to me, it's unbelievable. Yeah, Wiley is going. They're going back and forth. We'll let them do that. Kevin, when you talk about what you can do, and yesterday you mentioned that you're going to stick with Dylan Gabriel going forward. When you talk about looking at every single thing, I mean, is play calling something that you'll look at? It's like
no.
Yeah, and he goes, will you think about letting Tommy Rees have a shot at it? Here's his response. Yeah, I think I need to spend time on all those things, Mary Kay. That's two questions. And then the next thing he said, stay in your own lane, bitch. I don't know how he gets away with that. And then Jeff Schudel, Kevin, you and Tommy throughout this have kept saying we have to put our players in better positions. It's like, right up the ass. That's the position that Kevin likes. Butts in the air. God. It seems like we're not going to talk to Andrew Berry this week.
Yeah.
But just for you, going back to last season, it's obviously been a difficult stretch here for the organization. Just how has this been for you to get through these growing pains? Why are they so polite? It's not a growing pain. You get beyond a growing pain. That's like saying, that's like saying to Corky from Life Goes On, hey, Corky, how are you handling the growing pains of being a special needs child? And Jesus Christ is dumber than I am. It's like,
oh, dear.
There are some conditions that are terminal. That's just the way it works. It's not fair. It's just the way it works. Hey, Kevin, I know we've talked a lot over the last several weeks about the deep passing game. Are you noticing defenses starting to overload the box, almost daring you to throw deep, or doing things defensively because of what you guys haven't been able to do in that aspect of the game? And then he said, I'm going to actually turn that question over to Dylan Gabriel. I can't see you. Where is everybody? Where are you? I need to follow the yellow big road.
We are the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild.
I mean, do you, have you noticed that they're stacking the box? It's like, I'm watching the fucking games and I notice it.
They got 11 guys in the box now.
I dare you to throw it deep, knock it off my shoulder. I dare you. That's Robert Conrad. That's old battery commercial.
That's true, Wiley Fox. They call it cream pies nowadays, but anyway.
What we would say, Wiley, on the show here, because you're in and out, is Overload the Box was the name of my junior high school band. That would have been right there too. Good one.
Whatever happened to Ziffles anyway? That was his catchphrase.
Yeah. And that's where it all arose. We would just go back and forth saying silly things like that. And there's Topaz nosing me. I know I said it would be a short show, boy. He understands English perfectly.
You haven't said hasta la vista pastor heads yet.
That's right. Don't say it. He just heard it through the headset. Browns offense struggles to sustain drives and 32-13 loss to Patriots. That pretty well sums it up. I don't have to read that article.
No.
This whole thing is like, and then Browns defense records 11 tackles for loss against the Patriots with no apparent effect.
Wow.
And then Dan Labby, he says, Brown's offense under Kevin Stefanski is running out of excuses. They've been out of excuses now since last year. Come on.
It's like 3 seasons now. Yeah.
That was the name of my second junior high school band, Cavs on Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's where you got to find your stream,
It's also on
toilet.
Well, for you people hunting streams, it's also on Sky Sports Plus here in England, so they'll probably be more available if that helps some of you out there.
Oh, thank you, and that is helpful because Sky Sports Plus, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm going to check that out and see if I can find that. And then Myles Garrett slams his helmet in frustration near the end of loss to the Patriots. Will give up his bye week for the fix. He's on heroin now.
Oh, shouldn't we all be?
That's the only fix that he could be waiting for at this point.
He's waiting for his man.
I'm frustrated, he said after the loss. I want to win. I don't care how much time is on the clock. They've got their starters in. There's a chance we can win. I want to be a part of that. I don't care how dire the situation looks. I'm wanting to try to make something happen. So I hate coming out of the games in that situation. I hate that kind of inevitability and not being able to do anything about it. I want to win and I'll do anything. And then somebody should have said to him, Mike Vrabel would want to talk to you. Because you'd be in the game. There's really nothing else I can say about the Browns. Yeah, so I'm going to move on.
Come on, Cavs, gonna make it happen. Come on, Cavs.
I don't know who in the hell that was. Al Hurd after he had 3 strokes. I don't know who in the hell was hitting that horn in that song.
That's a great song, Tony the Calf. If you're not familiar with it, the old
Come on, Cavs!
Come on, Cavs! I've heard it.
Great.
Cav will make it happen.
Come on, Cavs!
Johnny Warren's going to score at the wrong basket. Topaz can run the Browns offense better than Stefanski. Thank you.
Well, he's like a sheepdog, isn't he?
Yeah,
that's why I feel sorry about June Lockhart. I bet Topaz was upset, Lassie's mom being dead. But
when did she die?
Oh, a couple days ago.
Oh, really? Because she, because I saw how old she was.
Yeah, 100.
She hit 100?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, she was older than Austin Hedges' batting average. That's how old she was. Sorry.
No, it's there. It's low-hanging fruit, and you can grab it anytime you want. That's the point of the show. At this point, we've lost all of our seriousness.
Very horrible comments for Wiley Fox. That's what he expects.
Am I in Illuminati defeatist mode? Que sera, whatever will be, will be. I hope that answers your question. Now, the Cavaliers, 3 games into the season, which doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, seeing as how we're without Darius Garland and we're without Max Strus. Yeah. And so, we did get DeAndre Hunter back. It's a good thing we did. What is the story with the Cavaliers and what my early thoughts are? Because, on my timeline, we have a couple of good people like Mac Perry, who's just such a believer in the Cavaliers. And every year it's going to be, we're going to win that championship. This is not a championship team. I mean, it's not close to being a championship team. And it doesn't mean, and I'm saying now, we thought we were a championship team 3/4 of the way through the season last year, and then we weren't. So injuries in the beginning of the year, if you can stay healthy at the end of the year, you can make runs. All right. And then you can it doesn't matter. These games that we're playing now, as long as you're in the playoffs, if you can get your guys completely healthy and get on a little roll in the last quarter of the season, you can make moves like the Pacers did last year. There's no reason why we couldn't do something like that. I'm giving you a start, Wable. We'll be talking about the Cavaliers. So if you want to complain about the Cavaliers, you can do that. I'm not really complaining about the Cavaliers, but there are some things that I need clarified on the more optimistic people who are looking at the same games that I'm looking at. The first one is this. We saw Giannis up close and personal last night, and we saw Evan Mobley on the same court as he, and they're not the same player.
Oh, God, they're totally different.
All right. So the thing is, we want Evan Mobley to be this next great MVP player. But every time he puts the ball on the floor, he gets it stolen from him.
He does.
He's a lousy ball handler. And I know they want him to bring the ball up the court and help do this because he can pass the ball. I understand the thought process, but when he gets the ball down low, he brings the ball down, which eliminates that 7-foot height and the wingspan. Catch high, finish high. All right? Don't bring the ball down. The other thing is, if he makes his first move to the basket and the first move is thwarted, invariably a double team is coming from his blind side and is taking the ball away from him. That's number 2. And so all of these things, and the 2 things that I just mentioned, these are things of him in traffic. What I'm thrilled about Evan Mobley is, as always, he's a really good defensive player. Second of all, he's starting to show that he's got the mid-range shot, which is what my complaint was earlier on. It's like, we got to get this guy to be able to do something else besides dunking the ball or just laying it up underneath the basket like Jared Allen does. He's got to have the fadeaway, the separation mid-range shot.
Yeah,
and we're seeing that
shot
now.
By the elbow. We saw a few of those.
Yep. And the trick here is to get the ball to him within spaces that he can do what he needs to do without dribbling the ball too much in the paint or around the paint, because he's going to get blindsided by quick guards. So that's the thing I say about him. Thrilled with the progress, but can we give up this thing that he's going to be Mr. MVP? I mean, I'll take Mr. DPOY any day of the week from him. And if he's scoring 22 points a night and giving me 8, 9, 10 rebounds a night,
that's enough. You know?
I mean, then he's carrying his weight. It's not like Jared Allen, who's like, where did he go? You know, you never know what you're going to get. He's like Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get from him. One day he'll look like he's a world beater, and then he's just totally disengaged. And I say trade Jared Allen. Next, everybody's got this big filthy hard on for Lonzo Ball, and I keep asking why. I don't understand. People going back to 2017, he was the number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft.
Wow. Yeah, he was.
Does he play like that? And people go, oh, no. Immediately they get really upset. Oh, it's the injuries. It's the injury. No, it wasn't. He never lived up to the number 2 pick of the NBA draft when he was healthy. So I went back and took a look at the facts. So let's talk facts instead of all this bullshit that we talk about on social media. All right.
Okay.
His first year, he averaged 52 minutes a game. All right. And he was drafted. He was drafted. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking. No, 34.2. He played in 52 games. He played in 52 games.
Fuck, he was playing games for teams he wasn't even on.
34 minutes a game. All right?
34 minutes a game. Okay.
Right. Because all we're going to hear about is the excuse for him is injuries have just totally destroyed his career. All right. Who drafted Lonzo Ball? Quickly.
Oh, somebody like the Hornets or somebody.
No, the
The
Lakers.
Bulls.
Lakers.
It was Lakers.
He
Yeah.
went straight to the Lakers. All right. And in his rookie year, he averaged 10 points a game, 36% from the field, 30% from 3-point, 6.9 rebounds, 7.2 assists. All right. And 1.7 steals. All right. His second year with the Lakers, by the way, the Lakers had a losing record. 2018-2019, he comes back and plays in 47 games, 30.3 minutes a game. They cut his minutes down. He averaged 9.9 points, which is exactly about the same as what he did the year before. 40% from the field instead of 36, 32.9 instead of 30 from three, 5.3 fewer rebounds and fewer assists in his second year with the Lakers. And after that, he was a booyah, no longer a Laker. He went to where all-star players go, the Pelicans. So as a Pelican, he played in 63 games. So this is 3 years into his career, and he's still playing a good number of games here, not compared to the 82, but he has niggling injuries. He's playing 32 minutes a game with the Pelicans in 2019-2020, and he averages 11.8 points a game, 40% from the floor, 37% from three. That's an uptick. But he's playing with a team that has no chance of winning. 6 rebounds, which is about typical, and 7 assists. All right. And 1.4 steals. His second year with the Pelicans, he plays in 55 games, about 32 minutes a game again. He averages 14.6 points, 41% from the field, 37.8 from three, 4.8 rebounds. His rebounds are down. 5.7 assists, which are still a little on the low side, and 1.5 steals a game. So basically, the Pelicans said, well, he's up to almost 15 points a game, and he's shooting like 38% for three. I bet we can trade him. Bingo! He's traded. And where does he go?
Bulls.
And by the way, the Pelicans never had a winning record while he was there.
No.
Didn't he go to the Bulls?
He went to the Bulls. That's right, Tony. Now, in the first year that he's with the Bulls, suddenly he only plays in 35 games. My leg. But he played 34.6 minutes a game. He averaged 13 points, 42% for the field, 42% from three. So his numbers were, but the injury, all right. 24-25, he's still with the Bulls. 35 games played once again.
Yep.
22 minutes a game. He's all the way down to 22 minutes now because he's trying to come back from crippling injuries. He's back down to 36% from the floor, down to 34% from three, 3 rebounds a game and 3 assists. Okay? That's where he is. And then the Cavaliers get him. And everyone's like, oh, God, we got Lonzo! Why are you cheering? The Pelicans and the Bulls didn't want him. The Lakers didn't want him. And that's when he was healthy. So far, by the way, he's playing 23 minutes a game. And Kenny Atkinson has said he's not going to play really more than 20 minutes a game when all is said and done.
Right.
5 points, 27% from the floor, 23% from three. And this is only after 3 games, all right?
Yeah.
4 rebounds and 6.3 assists. The assist numbers are good for the time on the court. And that's what Cavalier fans will tell you. Well, he's not there for his ability to shoot. He's actually a pretty good rebounder, and he's an assist man.
All right. Well, I'll take their side. When you compare him to Okoro, he's an upgrade, and he has that look of charisma about him when he's playing basketball.
He looks like a jarhead.
Yeah, he's got that. He looks like a basketball player more so than Ty Jerome looked like a basketball player, or Coro looked like a
He
basketball
can
player.
beat his father up and down the court now, and that's about it. And now I'm not going to sit there and piss on Lonzo Ball, except one part of the whole Lonzo Ball thing. Why anyone would think that his presence on this team will help us in the postseason when he's never been in the postseason and he's never played for a team with a winning record.
Yeah.
Why? Why this, and it's because, well, he's a Cavalier now. The same people who said, God, we got to hold on to Isaac Okoro. You see him just throwing up bricks in Chicago?
He's a nightmare.
Ugh.
Wow.
Got to keep him. They said they've got to keep Dean Wade. It's like, are you fucking
Dean
kidding me?
Wade.
Dean fucking Wade. He's going to be hurt in another 2 or 3 weeks. The guy is held together by safety clips
And rubber bands.
Oh my God. So I don't understand that. Now, the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers, I can't judge right now because, gosh, look how many points Max Strus will score 12 to 14 points a night, and Darius Garland will score 24 points a night. And that's 38 points, and that's a lot of points. And we've been forced to take the greatest scorer from our bench last year, who would be DeAndre Hunter. And then we lost Ty Jerome, who now is injured like he was the previous 2 years with the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
You see, the law of odds always catches up. And he was unable to play for the Cavaliers for 2 years, Ty Jerome. And then when he finally made it in, a great happy story, and he's getting paid. And everyone should be
we
happy.
got our 1 year out of him. There was no way he was going to be re-signed and be useful. I mean, I think what happened has happened because it's in the stars, Horatio.
Yeah, I what I believe is, as far as the Cavaliers go, that I think Sam Merrill can shoot the ball as long as there's ball movement, and that they can get the ball moving around and beat somebody to a spot, and he can shoot a quick set shot. And he tries hard on defense. He's not really very athletic, but he tries very hard. But right now, the bench is really scattered. I mean, we got to make up our minds. I think CPJ is a better player than Proctor right now.
I would agree with that, but I think Proctor's got more upside. I think he's actually got a pure shot.
So let's play him when he has upside to him.
Yeah, all right.
Right now, what I see in Proctor, a guy who played at Duke, he lacks foot speed and hops. And he's got a nice looking shot. But I remember when Bradley Beal came out into the NBA, and I remember when he was in college, and he was just an incredible shooter. And his first year in the NBA, he shot in the 30s %
Right.
And it was he was awful. But the speed of the professional game really throws these guys off, because when they're playing in college, for goodness sakes,
they're the best players out there when they're in college.
And it's a slow down game. They come into an open court game, man, where everything's up and down and everything's rushed. And, their mechanics, they have to speed up the mechanics. And that's the funny thing. The guy from Utah State, Sam Merrill, has quick mechanics. Kyle Korver, who was slow-footed, had quick mechanics. And that's what it's about, being a catch and shoot guy. And looking at the players coming off the bench, Proctor, he wants to set and take that shot. There isn't time. And so he's jerking when he's shooting in. It's just a little bit off. And, I think you may be right. What I think CPJ is, he's a little lightning in a bottle. And we had that with Ty Jerome last year. And the key to Ty Jerome's success was not being overexposed. When he was overexposed, you saw how slow he was against the full court press and how he couldn't handle the ball. when he's playing with second stringers on the floor, he was a lot more effective. And the same thing is going to be true of CPJ. But CPJ is a lot more athletic than Ty Jerome, but he's a lot shorter. But he's a little bit of lightning in a bottle. And think of a guy like Fred VanVleet.
Yep, who's dead now. Houston has no point guard at the moment.
Right. But VanVleet is a guy who you say to yourself, boy, did anyone really expect him to be that good a pro player? But you look back at his college career, he was one of those team leader kind of guys like Ty Jerome was at Virginia. And, you know, you have a guy like CPJ, and he has leaping ability. He has the ability to knock down the open shot, but he gets hot. And that's a great thing to have off the bench. You can't overexpose him because his height, defensively, he's not a really a very good defender.
Defend anybody.
But for minutes on the court, I'd rather have somebody who can fill up the score book with a little bit of points, assists, and even rebounds, because he really gets off his feet real well. So that's good. But some of these people coming off the bench, I mean, Jalen Tyson's not going to be an NBA player. He made a couple of threes.
No, I'm really down on him. I think he's horrible.
I think he's slow of foot defensively. He's not beating people to the spot, and he's also leaving men uncovered when he's trying to double. And it's almost like he's caught in between. Should I double or should I not? Should I walk or take a dog? It's kind of like he's in between two different things, and he's leaving men wide open from the corner. He's going off his man and not recovering. He's not fast. He doesn't have good hops. And he reminds me of Lamar Stevens, and that was a nightmare when it happened before, and I don't want to see it again. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Tyson.
Larry Nance Jr., I at least can understand. He's a vet. He doesn't have the hops that he used to have because he's been through a lot, but he's got experience, and he's a better version of old Tristan Thompson.
Correct. And he
can shoot a three. He
knows what he has to do. He knows where he has to be on the court. He looks intelligent. He looks like he knows what he's doing, which is the exact opposite of Tyson, who doesn't look like he knows what he's doing and doesn't look like he's intelligent. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely.
Yeah. Now, Ron brings up a good point. Blowing leads.
The Cavs are losing to the spread, my friend.
Well, like I care about that, but yeah, I understand. You're up 25 points, and you almost give up games. And you're up 15, and then you almost give up the game.
Exactly.
But the reason is the same thing that I saw last year, and I've come to a conclusion about this. Kenny Atkinson wants to play a certain kind of basketball, and that certain kind of basketball is up and down the court, firing up a lot of threes and shot volume and catching people before they get their defenses set.
Yeah,
that's the mindset of Kenny Atkinson, which is fine. I got no problem with it. In today's NBA, that's kind of the way things are. But when you're down into the fourth quarter of a game and you're up by 12, 14 points, and the other team starts with the full court press thing, you can't lose your composure.
Yeah.
You can't start making long passes to try to force the pace.
Break out of it, yeah.
Because
that's slow the game down and go into his shell a bit and
you run your plays. You move the ball, but you've got to have people who can handle the ball up the court. Way too many errors made down in the fourth quarter of that basketball game that could have cost them. And this is 2 games in a row this has happened, where throwing the ball away. I just and part of it is Kenny Atkinson ball, and some of it is just you got to know where you are on the court, what the situation is, and then go from there. And the Cavaliers haven't been real good at that in the early going. But again, the good thing that came out of yesterday was watching Mobley knock down the free throws that really mattered at the end. He showed a lot of cool, of savvy, and that's good. And as far as losing the lead, you do have Spider that you can count on in the fourth quarter to make some important moves. There were a couple of mistakes. DeAndre Hunter threw a ball away for no reason, threw it
Yeah, and Lonzo
right to
Ball
somebody.
threw one.
Things that were,
Yeah.
you don't want veteran players making those kinds of mistakes, because even teams like, God forbid, the New Jersey Nets, you get them rolling and they're still professional athletes. And the same thing is true with a team like the Bucks, who are, as far as I saw in that game, they got a couple of older guys, Miles Turner, who always torched us with the Pacers.
Yeah, but he seemed kind of he didn't have a bad
Subdued.
game, but
Subdued.
he was like in the background,
But
so
it was
that
AJ
weird.
Green. I don't know why AJ Green.
AJ Green.
Tommy Heinsohn, take a bow. Yeah, there's a white guy who can shoot from distance. And when I say from distance, from my grandmother's house in Brockton. Yeah, they were leaving him open. He was 10 of 16 from the floor, and he was doing a lot of damage. And after a while, teams are going to hit a hot spell, just like even the Nets did, and they start hitting shots from all over. You just can't give somebody that kind of confidence. So,
well, I'm just glad that DeAndre Hunter's back. I mean, starting Tyson was just a recipe for disaster, because he can't play against a first team at all, and not make it worse.
And I'm almost finished here, but I wanted to bring up, well,
I'm worried about today's game. I mean, we're both on a back-to-back, the Pistons and the Cavs, but I don't know how the Cavs match up with Duran and Thompson. The other Azor, is that the other?
They're long. They're long, and they're going to be physical out there.
Yeah,
but they're on a back-to-back too.
It's a tough game, man. Jalen Duran would be great on the Cavs roster.
Well, we need somebody who can rough somebody up. Hopefully, the guys will come to play, and that's why they needed to keep that lead and then rest their players. But that didn't.
Tony's gone.
That didn't happen. Tony disappears. He comes and goes. Goes more than comes. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Watching Giannis, man amongst boys, nobody stops Giannis. The guy is incredibly strong, so I don't have any problems with that.
I mean, there was hardly much point in defending him unless you were going to definitely foul him before he took his shot. If he was in the process of shooting, there was no point in following him, because it was going to be a 3-point play.
Now, the last thing two things that I want to mention. One, and it's just going to be quick. And the NBA is reassessing its measures on legal sports betting and how it should be regulated, what types of bets should be allowed. You see what they're doing? They're stroking you.
Yeah.
And they're making money from it. They're not looking reassessing the measures. They want to make the money and not be blamed for the result, the corruption they're in. And it's pathetic. And so they made their statement, and not a goddamn fucking
thing. We're going to move on, and nothing's ever going to happen with them, and moving on.
Yeah, I'm really kind of sad that Tony isn't here, but I finish out with this story. Ex-NFL star Adrian Peterson still in jail after a DWI arrest. He remained jail on Monday after being arrested a day earlier in a Houston suburb on charges of driving while intoxicated and unlawfully carrying a weapon. All right. It's the second DWI arrest in 7 months. He's medicating. All right. But here's the thing. Adrian Peterson has done a lot worse than DWI arrest, and a whole lot worse than drinking and unlawfully carrying a weapon. He whipped his own child in the testicles with a switch.
He did.
And for all the judgmental motherfucking cocksuckers out there, who have posters of Adrian Peterson, he's as bad as a fucking pedophile. He did the same thing in a different way. He damaged a child. And you can't have that in any fair society. Adrian Peterson should not even be on the street to cause DWI incidents. He shouldn't be allowed to carry a weapon when he didn't know how to do something and use something and discipline his child without mangling his testicles. All right? That's how I'm finishing. Everybody,
Wow.
thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's going to be a week off of Browns, but Friday we'll be back with more Cavs talk. And I'll get the weekend off and everybody will go home happy. I'm exhausted right now. I'm going to get some rest. And I hope
have a
everybody has a good week. And I will see you again on Friday. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Good night.
Come on, Cavs.